Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with the big unspoken difference between Germans and Americans. I'm excited to get to another Nalf video. Always love getting a chance to react to him. Before I do, make sure you guys subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Oh, you got?
There is quite a big difference between Germans and Americans that no one seems to talk about. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about it. These are my absolute favorite types of days in Schwäbisch Hall. A sunny Saturday or Sunday after it's been kind of gloomy for a while. The first sunny day coming back on a weekend. And we've got top-notch vibes in Schwäbisch Hall.
That is nice.
Now, I've made tons of videos in the past about the differences between Germans and Americans, but some of those things are a little bit more obvious, kind of stuff on the surface. But I think this one is a little bit less obvious, and it's actually taken me years to put my finger on it and articulate it. Now, fair warning here for some of you guys, it might be a little bit offensive what I'm saying if you just listen to part of it. I recommend listening to the entire video, all of my thoughts fleshed out, and then at the end you can decide if you're upset or offended at what I've said.
I don't know what he finna say, you feel me? But he gave a disclaimer. Wait till he say everything. Don't just pause and start complaining. Wait till he say everything. And if you offended or upset about what he said, then you can say something. Okay, I don't get offended. Well, I know a lot of people do, but man, I'm scared about what you finna talk about. Now,
the subject of this video comes down to two words: contentment and ambition. People that I know in Germany are, in general, a lot more content with their lives. The people I know in the United States have a lot more ambition to change or improve their lives.
I feel
now,
that.
keep in mind, before you freak out, these are just generalizations, and I'm primarily talking about kind of younger people in my demographic who are getting started with their lives. I know a lot of young guys in Germany who have finished their schooling or studies and have gotten into their job and sort of settled into the routine of what their life will be. They've got their stable job, they've got the insurance, they've got the month paid vacation every year, everything's good and fine, and they are content with that. Now,
month paid vacation is crazy, dog. Like, that's beautiful. Very nice. Okay.
I compare this to the same age range of young guys that I know in the States. It's a very different attitude. Their attitude is very much like, okay, this is where I'm at right now, but I'm going to elevate. I'm going to get to the next step. Maybe I live in this house right now. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to buy a new one. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to take a big risk, and it's going to pay off, and I'm going to keep going up and up. Seems to be a much different attitude on being content with your life.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. Because I always say, like, and to my own detriment, like, I feel like, and I'm scared of it, and I don't like it, but I feel like no matter how much I have, I'm going to always want more. Like, I might just be the American mindset in me, but I feel like no matter what point I'm at, I'm going to always want more. Like, because right now, like, I don't really have to stress. I'm not stressed about putting a roof over my head. I'm not stressed about putting food in the fridge. I'm not stressed about, I go on vacation every now and again. Not no expensive ones, but every now and again. I can take a trip. But I just, like, I want more. Like, got plenty of clothes, got plenty of shoes, but I just want to make more. I guess I think mine comes out of a fear-based mindset, though. Like, do I have enough? If something big happened, do I have enough money to be able to cover it and then continue to live okay without having to stress? I don't ever want to have to stress about where my next meal is going to come from. I don't want to have to stress about how I'm going to pay the next bill. I don't ever want to have to stress about anything in life. But that's so I feel like I'm scared to be content. I'm scared to get comfortable because I feel like in the back of my head, it's like, something big could always happen, and then it would clear my bank, and I'd have to start from scratch, and like then I would be stressed about every little thing, and so my mindset, because I grew up, I feel like lower middle class. I wouldn't say poor. I'd say lower middle, maybe low, but not poor. I never had to stress about anything growing up, so I wouldn't say poor. But we didn't have necessarily everything else that all of my other friends had, uh, and so I just wanted more then, and now like I can afford to have all this stuff. I just want more. I don't know. It's probably an issue that a lot of us Americans suffer from, but mine's come from a fear based mindset. I want more to feel secure.
There's actually some pretty fascinating data that I think relates to this subject well. This is from the Pew Research Center. The question was, is success in life determined by forces outside of your control? And the data is very revealing. 36% of Americans agreed with this, that success in life is outside of your control. But a much higher percentage, 62% of Americans, disagreed with this. 62% of Americans think that success in life is within your control. Now, compare this to the data from the German respondents. 72% of Germans said that success in life is based on forces completely outside of your control. Only 27% of Germans thought success in life is within your own control.
That's crazy statistic. I choose to disagree. And I know that people are born in under completely different circumstances. There are people that are born with much less. There are people that are born far ahead of everybody else. But the only reason I choose to disagree, because if I do choose to believe that, then I just feel like lost. I feel like no matter what I do, it's not going to change anything for me. And I would hate that feeling. So I choose to believe that success is in my control, and what I do can take me to a higher level, and it's all in my control. Because if I choose to believe otherwise, then I feel like I'd be less motivated, or I'd be less inclined to try to work as hard, to try to push more, to try to figure things out, because I'd be like, well, I have no control over what's going to happen. And I understand there are a factor of things that are completely out of our control. But I can't believe, like, not that I can't believe it, but I can't, if you understand me, I cannot choose to believe that success is out of my control. It would destroy my mindset, I feel like, and it would hurt my motivation to keep pushing and keep striving and keep going. I can't choose to believe it.
These are very different numbers and very clear differences on the attitudes of what you can do with your life. And I think this data really supports my observation. I think when you feel like you have no control over the success or what happens in your life, it's easier to find contentment. Hey, this is the hand that I was dealt. These are the cards that I've got to live my life with. I can't do much about that, so I might as well be at peace and be content with this. But if you have the mentality that the majority of Americans do, that success in life is within your control and within your grasp, you're probably going to have a lot more burning ambition and desire to change your circumstances. If it's up to me, I've got to do it.
I completely agree with what he said.
Now, like most of the times when I'm talking about the differences between Germans and Americans, I don't think one country's way of being or attitude is better than the other.
Agreed.
And in fact, on this particular topic, I'm trying to find a balance right between the two countries' attitude on these subjects. So I really asked myself, where do I land on this spectrum? I'm obviously an American, but I've lived in Germany for a long time, and that has had a big impact on me. On one hand, I'm very content. I feel happy, fulfilled, and good.
I love that.
But I still have this burning desire to improve.
Yes.
That's not an ambition to achieve any material possessions or anything, but it's an ambition to create something profound and positive.
I love
Which is
that.
actually what has led
I
me to my
love
next
that.
big project, Quiver. My brother and I actually started this app here in Schwäbisch Hall. If you guys have an iPhone, I'd be thrilled if you joined us on the app. It's a really simple concept. Every single day, there's a universal prompt that's released to all users. Now, you can't see other people's answers to the prompt until you answer it yourself. Once you answer, then you enter into the timeline. You can interact with everyone and see their answers.
Wow.
24 hours later, there's a new prompt and a new conversation. A lot of good answers on the Quiver. Later, there's a new prompt and a new conversation.
Man, now if you gotta have an iPhone, dog, I can't get it on my Droid. I really love that. It'd be dope if but he said if you have an iPhone, so I'm assuming he don't got it out for Android, but man, it'd be lit. I definitely want something like that. That's really cool.
Good answers on the Quiver today. It's a good Quiver day. What is the most physically demanding thing you've ever done? That's the prompt.
I think what I like the most is really reflecting on myself.
Same.
Yeah. Like really.
Yeah.
Sometimes Quiver gets me and my bad habits, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And then I really reflect on it, and I can really think of how could I make it maybe better? And I think I like those questions most.
Me too.
They're not the easiest ones, though.
Right now, Quiver's only available on iPhone, but we're working hard to get it on
man.
Android as soon as possible. You can download it at the link in the description. Now, back to the subject of contentment.
I really hope it gets on Android soon because that's an app that I would definitely love to have.
I think another great example of this is the difference in behavior when buying houses between Germans and Americans. I've touched on this once before in a video a while back, but when Germans buy or build a house, they are planning on this being their home for life. Whereas in the States, it's much more common for young people to get a starter home, thinking, okay, this is just my first house. Maybe it's a little bit smaller than what I want. And then soon down the line, we're going to upgrade to a bigger house. And then a little bit down the line again, we're going to upgrade to an even bigger house. I would say this is a clear sign of there not being much contentment in the home and having a desire to always improve it or get a bigger one. I couldn't find the exact data on the average home ownership length in Germany, but in the States, the average home ownership length is just 8 years. That means when people get in a house, they expect to just live there for 8 years. That's not very content. I think this example illustrates the point very well. People in one country get in a home for life and are content and happy with it. The people in the other country start out in a home and hope to continually improve or upgrade their home. It's also very interesting when you look at who wants to start a business. In Western Europe, Germans were the least likely country to care about starting their own business. So what does this all mean? Are Germans inherently less quote-unquote ambitious than their American counterparts? I don't know. I think the two societies just value different things, and those values really show up in this data. Again, remember, these are just generalizations. This doesn't mean that there are not ambitious Germans or there are not content Americans, but I do find the data interesting. All right, guys, that is all for today. Thank you for watching my YouTube videos. I really appreciate it. Please check out Quiver at the link below. I would love to have you on.
Man, I can't wait till they get it on Android. I'm definitely gonna download that. And I love this video today. I feel like he was spot. I don't know much about Germany. I've never been to Germany, but on his American stuff, I completely agree with what he was saying, man. That's all we got. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get the video a thumbs up. It's your boy Neal, out.